Hello Collective, thanks for joining me. I'm just preparing some cards for today's little reading. I hope that you're all doing well. So thank you to those who have continued to support my channel. I really appreciate you, and welcome to those who are new. So today I thought we could take a little look into the collective's energy and see any blocks that may be presenting, or any areas that you're feeling blocked in at the moment, and how we can get you some guidance to move past it, or just even give you some confirmation. Okay, so take that resonates and leave the rest, as you already know, and switch the role and gender to that suits your situation. We've got, yay, Two of Swords, so definitely that we are looking into blocks right now. The Two of Swords is also suggesting indecision, so there could be a decision that you're trying to make, and obviously you're kind of at a mental block, let's say. So not knowing what to do with the choices that you have. So with it being the Two of Swords, you've narrowed it down to two options, but it feels that there's you can't pick or choose which one, obviously. The indecision. I was gonna say, in regards to prioritizing or importance, clearly both decisions hold the same either value or loss, or so it feels like a bit of a sacrifice. Choosing one means a detrimental loss on one side, vice versa. That's just for some of you. Or there's two options that you can see the pros and cons the same from both, but not sure which direction to go. So at a bit of a loggerheads or a bit of a standstill. So definitely the Hangman energy at the moment. So let's take a look and see what's going on. So we have celebrate change. Okay, so with the Two of Swords being at the bottom of the deck, which shows indecision, trying to decide the right course of action in regards to making a major change. Doesn't have to be complete upheaval with life change, but it is a decision that's got you stuck all the same. So celebrating change is knowing that change is going to happen, even if it's going to bed, waking up, and then you're another day older. Literally as simple as that. There's something about moving is coming forward, so there could be an indecision about where to move, or what to do with a property, or even for some of you it could be whether to have relatives move in with you. That's for some. Not picking up an indecision about whether to stay or leave a relationship, but if that is something that you're finding a block within, then you can apply this to that. I am picking up something about a job offer or work offer that's that you're considering. So there could be an element of having to travel for this work opportunity, and that could be the pros and cons there for some of you with that. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, so we've got here the Devil, Strength, the Knight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. Embrace change. Alright, so for some of you it feels that you've got out of a situation, whether it is a relationship or whether it's clearing a financial debt of some kind, or breaking free of an addiction, or changing a thought process or behaviours, whatever this Devil energy could represent for you. In the upright it represents an attachment to something, unable to break away from a person, place or thing, the thing being thoughts, behaviours, actions. Yeah, a belief, a giving your power away. It feels with this being here that we're looking at that this is representing a breakthrough. So if you have been through a tower moment or dark night of the soul, you're coming forward now. This would be representing the energy that you would be in the sense of making that breakthrough. This is making the change. This is tackling something that has had a hold over you, whether it is a belief or whether it's feeling powerless to a situation, and then seeing that you're drawing on the strength and you're giving yourself credit, or you should do, for being stronger than you believed that you could be before you were able to defeat whatever this mountain represents to you. So definitely with that Devil in the reverse and the Strength in the upright, it is showing that you have overcome some kind of crippling situation. It feels, for some would be a right description. It feels something that's held you bound. Again, for some it gives me the feeling of battling with an addiction of some kind, even if that is the obsessive thinking. And for others of you it is breaking free of some kind of financial bind, debt, commitment, clearing something. So it makes sense where we've got the celebrating change. This within itself is worthy of celebrating. It then gives your power back. So you've defeated this Devil energy that would have been keeping a hold over you, an attachment of some way. And then with this Strength, it's taking your power back and defeating that which puts that Devil energy into the reverse. We've got here this Knight of Cups, which shows that yes, you're coming into your strength, so you're changing, stepping into your power, but you're not still fully, say, in Empress energy. There's a vulnerability about you at the minute. So it feels that whoever's resonating with this reading, that you're looking at the first stages of moving forward out of a dark period. We've got here the Eight of Cups, which is showing in the upright, which lets us know that you're moving away from whatever this attachment was or whatever it represents for you, and you're moving towards your strength here. It feels that for others as well, there could be this resisting of change. Why? And you're being called to celebrate change. Change is good. This could be just a confirmation of the energy that you're moving into. If you are resisting it, there could be that fear of the entrapment that comes with the Devil in the upright. I'm also getting a sense with this that this Knight of Cups could be the past coming back to present something that appears to be good news or be something that's going to create a change. But again, there's a resistance to it and a walking away. Yeah, a walking away of something that looks the same, but be mindful of that, because we are seeing it a lot in the readings lately, that there's something, or there's a similarity of something that looks the same, but it's not. So you could be rejecting something that you've actually been calling in. Let's take a look and see what blocks we're actually looking at. So remember, this isn't going to resonate for everybody. Change. Yeah. I feel what I'm picking up with this Knight of Cups and this Eight of Cups, that there's almost, if it's not a fear of change, it's a fear of overcoming, say, a debt, or removing yourself from a toxic situation, whatever that may represent for you. The moving away, but the fear is that I'm picking up of getting a certain way forward, starting to feel your vulnerability within being outside of your comfort zone, or starting to embrace whatever this new change and new way forward may look like to you. So that's the vulnerability, but the fear is being pulled back into a bind, into a toxic situation, getting yourself out of debt, and then something else coming forward. Or if, say, for example, overcoming addiction, but then finding that you've overcome one addiction, but actually it's swapped for something else. So there's definitely something within this cup. It's just down to how you are applying it to your situation. So that would make sense. We've got number 33, concern. It's almost like a disbelief. Am I really free? It's like being released from something, the shackles unlocked, free to go forward and create change, but then fearing that that there's strings attached. So whatever this is representing for you, it feels you may have been going through this for a long period of time, or that there was no change. It felt like something was changing, but you've been pulled back into a situation. Or also there could be that fear of celebrating too early. You're wanting to make sure that you are completely separated or distanced or severed from whatever this is that's coming up for you. It's having the strength and the courage to walk away from a situation. Definitely getting the energy of gratitude coming forward. Okay. So we've got here a message. Whatever this message is, it could be whatever is contained in it, the number 7. Whatever's in this message, whatever way it comes forward to you, it's either giving you the strength to stand your ground or stick to what your decision, or to keep pushing forward. It could be a positive message of hope, that is a confirmation that you've done the right thing. It feels like whoever's resonating with this, that you've come out of a dark time, or there could have been some kind of fog and cloud over a situation that you believed you had a handle on, but it's not until you actually have the strength to walk away, which comes from the healing from this detachment, that once it releases you, the further forward you get, then you're able to really look back in hindsight and see the level of control that you were under. We've got here mature man. That could be yourself or someone you're connected to. It could be somebody that you're drawing strength from. It could be somebody that's giving you words of encouragement, or vice versa. House at the bottom of the deck. So that house at the bottom of the deck, I feel, can go here, because it could represent a rehab for some in regards to an establishment. It could be a hospital, it could be a business, it could be an actual home, it could be a hotel. It could be showing us something that's going on behind closed doors. Like I'm saying, you're going to be applying this to your situation. I'm just going to go in now and go deeper within the energy so that we can actually get you some answers and see. Trying to place it and give you different scenarios. At this point, it's going to throw off the energy, so switch and change it how it needs to be. I am feeling as well that this mature man and this concern, yes, for some of you it could be the same person, but this feels like it could be a doctor or a counsellor, or somebody that has either been in your situation or been through that. It feels like giving wise counsel of some kind. Doesn't have to be a masculine. It does feel for this energy that it is a masculine giving advice to another masculine. But this person is either a professional in whatever field they're in or whatever they do, or they've got experience in whatever it is that your blocks or what you're applying this to. Yeah. There could be a concern as well that's being put out behind closed doors, behind the scenes, that someone's concerned about somebody walking away. Yeah. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse, so a change of fate. So typically we would be saying that if it was in the upright, that everything's going amazing and life's going well, and then it takes a turn and starts taking a downward spiral. The energy that I'm reading for whoever's resonating with this today, with this starting here in the reverse, it doesn't feel for me that your luck is stagnant. That's what you may be coming out of. There may be that fear that your luck is stuck. But for me, it feels with it on change. If you have been coming out of a tower moment or dark night of the soul or any kind of struggle or tackling an uphill battle, whatever that devil may be. This is representing the change, the overcoming. So the overcoming of this devil energy, the archetype, then is the change. You're already coming from that energy, and so it changes now to the upright, which then is a match from there. For some, it could be a concern because you're finding your strength, you're finding your power. There could be a talk behind closed doors at the strength that you've shown to battle your demons. You may be someone that's battled your demons, and now you are in a position that you give wise counsel to others. This could be like a doctor, a psychiatrist, or anyone, just a speaker of some kind. This could be the establishment that's worked, and this could be the person that's helping. This could also represent a legal firm for some of you. Yeah, we've got the World, closing out a cycle, a completion. Someone could have completed treatment. Someone could be concerned that you're checking out. Checking out of a hotel, checking out of an establishment, checking out of a contract. A contract could be complete. Time's up. This could be somebody's completed prison time, and that concern could be an official giving their opinion to whether this masculine should be released or should go back in, something like that. There's a concern that somebody's going to repeat old patterns of behavior. Yeah. This walking away is taking charge of life, of a situation, and I feel that it is more coming from the positive, and it's not that it's trying to be all love and light. Nothing shit about this reading, but this is talking to those who literally have just come through all of that. This is confirmation or showing you what you're moving forward into. There are real concerns, whether that's coming from yourself, that there's a fear that you haven't made it far enough forward, and that you could still be pulled back into another cycle, another loop, another repeating. But it doesn't feel that way. It feels that this really is the change kicking through. You may have just been fighting and struggling with something for so long that it felt like there was never going to be a break in the clouds or change that's happening. This is why the feeling of this Wheel of Fortune changing from the reverse into the upright. This message is showing here this King of Wands. King of Wands in the reverse is can be a self-doubt that a cycle's closing, one chapter closes, moving into the next, taking charge of your life, your situation, having the courage and the strength to walk away. But the inside, the private thoughts of feeling, are your expectations unrealistic for the vulnerability or where you're at right now? My feel is that it's not, because whatever it is that you've come out of, it feels you're taking small steps forward, which is the way forward. You've got to dream big, to set that goal high, not to set you up for failure, because it feels for you to have defeated this, to have climbed this mountain, to have conquered whatever this is, to go up against whatever this establishment is, to have the strength to defeat this devil energy, that your expectations of what you are capable of need to be, the bar needs to be raised. It is your self-worth. You are stronger than you give yourself credit for, or the resilience, the endurance that you can go needs to be recognized. It feels for some of you that you have held yourself back, or if you've tried to shine your brightest, or be confident, authentic, or just naturally be you, that there's been something that you've been suppressed back, or you've had people turn their back on you. Maybe feeling that you're arrogant when that's not the way that I'm perceiving this energy. And don't forget, you can change the gender to what suits your situation if you're still resonating with the overall message. I definitely feel you've been through a lot. And it's the resilience of your, and the resilience and the strength. It's just that continuous keeping going that sets you apart from the rest. We've got here the Two of Cups. So it could be a message of love that's propelling you forward. It could be bettering yourself so that you can become the best version of yourself in order to come into a romantic alignment. That's for some, not all. It is even just a rebalancing of the feminine side of yourself and the masculine side of yourself. The balance and the harmony. It feels that to overcome whatever this is, or to be able to detach yourself from the restraints of whatever this may have been, that you've been on some kind of spiritual discovery. Someone could have pulled you aside at some point and shared their concern, and you've taken it on board. There could be guidance that you used to draw from, but now that cycle's closed, or that door's closed, or it was a time ago. It's not, you're not able to access that same wisdom or guidance or knowledge, and so you're having to find a way forward yourself, because we've got mature man, mature woman. So it's not taking anything away from you, it's just, I feel you've been stuck in a rut for a long time, and maybe people have turned their back on you and kind of written you off. Without realising that you've never give up. Yeah. We've got here the Tower. Something's been the catalyst. We've said either a Tower moment has started this off, or dark night of the soul or whatever, but I feel you've shocked yourself, for one. There could be, like I said, somebody pulling you to one side and not telling you about yourself, but telling you a concern. You could have concerns to someone that's treading the same path that you did before. Whatever it is, it's clearing the way for that Wheel of Fortune to turn in the upright. Sometimes when you see readings and it's like, oh, there's a tower, but then the next thing it's going to be amazing. That is exactly the type of thing that it's trying to describe. It's either the catalyst that started you off. We've got here coming forward with something. So it could have been something you've done, an action, a behaviour, a thought, a belief, or whatever it was, circumstances that could be this. You've pushed forward out of the rubble, out of the mess. You've built a foundation, or you've gone for healing, or whatever it is. Your inner house, a place of reflection, and on the flip side, the other side, you've walked away. You've turned your back on whatever it is that's caused that. You've taken your power back. You're no longer a slave to the system, let's say. Okay. I feel you've got to really, if this is just a confirmation of where you're at and what you've been going through, I feel that you need to really celebrate change. And it may sound corny, but it feels like you're not giving yourself enough praise or recognition or whatever. And yes, there's all of that with being humble, but you need to blow your own trumpet now and again, because how do you recognize how far you've come, how well you're doing, if you can't even praise yourself for those milestones that you've reached behind closed doors? You may be doing it for yourself, obviously, or for whatever you're connected to, responsibilities, or whatever it is, and you're not looking for an audience, you're not looking for someone to pat you on the head and say well done. It's not about that, but this within yourself, that union with you, that recognition, you need to give that to you. That's why you don't need it from anyone else, because you give it to you. You can't expect yourself to be resilient, keep going forward, because it's a never-ending cycle, a never-ending loop. No wonder it's felt like everything's shit, nothing's changing. You can only recognize that you've defeated this devil energy or overcome something that's a massive mountain when you recognize how well you're doing within a situation. So this message could be a message to yourself. Yeah, there's something about people walking away from you, or people not believing in you, and the shock that they are going to experience. There's something in people, either it's like writing you off to a life of ruin, let's say. So there may be a distance, or time may have passed, and then the shock when they come back, or lives cross again, circles always come back round again. Yeah. definitely a taking charge energy. Let's grab these a minute. Where are they? 2 seconds. Yay. Alright. So let me know what's coming up for you, or put a like and subscribe. I really appreciate you watching. Alright. Ooh. They jumped out. So we've got material and spiritual prosperity. We've got choose wisely. The solar plexus. Definitely with that 2 of Cups, whatever it represents, either a loved one that you're not that you're doing this for, maybe it definitely feels that you're doing this for you, regardless of responsibilities, dependence, or whatever the other pressures may be. This feels on a soul level. It's something about you having the confidence within you. It's something about your self-worth, you recognizing that, regardless of whether others appreciate, can see, or recognize it. Yeah. And then we've got here the Tower. The Tower here and the Tower here. The Tower here, or this disruption, is over our message, and the King of Wands in reverse. So that's either yourself or someone you're connected to, or whatever is contained in that message. Remember, this could be your self-talk. This could be literally the catalyst of hearing your self-talk, or something like that, your inner guidance, or whatever it is, or a message of concern being given to you, and that changing your belief in you, or knowing, no, fuck this, I can do this, I'm already doing this, and ploughing forward, trusting your gut, trusting yourself, and moving forward into alignment. That 2 of Cups, whatever it may represent, is the material and spiritual prosperity, the material and spiritual self coming into alignment, into the physical, and blasting that devil energy because of the choices that you've made. I love it. Look. And just that final middle one, destiny. It's always your destiny. You're following your higher calling, your soul's purpose. Look, foundation and achievement, which is our house, or whatever building it is, that came from a place of heartache and loss, which was there, and then is moving forward to celebration. Yeah, rejoice in celebration, which is celebrating change. You've had to come from this, which is what the energy felt from the start, and you're moving forward into this, which is what you're destined and fated to do. You're trusting your choices, your decisions, even if they cause a disruption and they go against other people's beliefs or opinions of you or your capabilities. Yeah. Firm foundation is what you're creating. I love that. Let's see what these ones say for you. This energy feels really powerful, collective. So hats off to you, definitely, if this is resonating with you, because you're doing it, you've done it, or you're defeating the odds, or you're going against the odds. Amazing. Let's see. So we've got 29, stay the course. Don't panic. You're not on the wrong path. You're just having a bumpy start. Learn from your experiences and keep going. Number 6, be the real you. Your greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. And number 3, take control of your thoughts. I love how these cards work. Your thoughts are creating your reality. Have faith and stay focused on the outcome that you truly desire. Yay. So there you go, collective. That is your beautiful message. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.